हाय गाइस, आई एम ऋषभ एंड आज की वीडियो में हमारे साथ हैं शिवांशु गोस्वामी। ये मेरे कॉलेज के दोस्त हैं एंड इस वीडियो में बात करेंगे अबाउट हिम, हिज प्लेसमेंट जर्नी, हिज जर्नी फ्रॉम EXL टू Bain एंड फाइनली अबाउट सम एग्जाम्स सच एज IBPS PO। सो बाकी इनसे बारे में जानते हैं। सो शिवांशु गोस्वामी, कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी अबाउट यू, योर कॉलेज लाइफ, योर ब्रांच एंड इंटर्नशिप्स?
Sure. Hi, Rishabh. Thanks for having me. Hi guys, I'm Shivanshu. I graduated from NSIT last year from Mechanical Engineering Department. And during campus placement, I was placed at EXL as a business analyst. I worked there for almost 8 months, and post that, I joined Bain as an analyst. That sums up a short intro about me. Coming to my college life, my first year of college was very similar to what all of you will experience or will be experiencing. Basically, you will be experiencing a lot of new things. My first 2 years were all about exposing myself to different experiences. Basically, it was all about to exposing myself to those things which I have not done or I am not comfortable with. I remember I enrolled myself in two core mechanical societies where we made an off-road vehicle and a can-sized satellite. The real struggle started when I was in third year. That was the time when I saw myself juggling between core subjects of engineering and non-tech subjects like case studies and guesstimate. Hmm?
So what was your cumulative CGPA in the college?
So it was hovering around 7.3 to 7.5.
So
It
not
shot
a
up to
topper but neither
7.4.
a backbencher. Am I correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was during my third year, that was the time when I also got an opportunity to visit Harvard University for
Okay.
a conference named HPAIR,
Okay.
Harvard Project for Asia and International Relations.
Oh, that's nice.
So after that comes our internship part. I back to internship from a college. One was non-tech and other was from core subject. And I opted for core internship.
Okay.
I interned at Vardhan Consulting Engineers and I worked on the topic was somewhere around electric vehicles. And at the same time, I kept my non-tech profile building by participating in various case study competitions.
Okay.
So coming to my fourth year, I'm glad that I was able to figure out what I wanted with my career, and I chose non-tech field over my core engineering.
Okay.
Initially, with the lockdown, the time passed so quickly. Like really, it passed in a blink, and it was all about preparation for the placements, be it mock interviews, preparing for HR questions, appearing for regular aptitude tests with companies, and then it all ended when I got placed at EXL in October 2020. So it has
Okay.
been a roller coaster ride since then.
So since you were from mechanical background, so how was the transition from being from core, especially mechanical engineering, to a non-tech companies?
Got it. So opting for engineering was not really my choice. I saw people going for IIT JEE coaching, and then I opted for IIT JEE too. I got a good rank, and that is why I opted for mechanical engineering. And coming to college, I got myself exposed to various things. Like I started learning about finance, economics, and various different things. I exposed myself to history, geography, every field, like I'll say, debating, presenting stuff to like VCs and all. It was all good. So at the end of my third year, I would have said like I have tried almost everything
Okay.
which was possible for me at that time. And at the end of third year, I was able to decide what I wanted to do with my career. And that is why I opted for non-tech placements,
Okay.
consulting field to be specific.
Also, is it difficult as being from a mechanical engineering background, especially in the college, to get to enter a non-tech job?
Believe me, the answer is no. Like people
No.
believe these students are from core engineering department and they won't get pleased in a company like Bain. But it is all a lie. It is very easy to transform from a core engineering department to a non-tech field.
So, Shivanshu, Bain is your second job. before you were in
Mm-hmm.
this EXL. So how was your experience working in EXL?
Okay. So I joined EXL in July 2021, and for the few months it was great. But as the time progressed, I got to know that the job involves pure coding. And I
Hmm.
wasn't actually ready for pure coding field. I
Hmm.
opted non-tech field just because I was interested in consulting field. But on the other hand, what I was getting at EXL was pure coding. So in the
Okay.
initial few months, my work was to analyze a little amount of data and create reports. And I was enjoying initially. But
Hmm.
as the time progressed, and let's fast forward to December 2021, I was writing 500 to 800 lines of code every other day, and I
Okay.
was a little exhausted. So it was a mix of good and bad. I learned many things at EXL about the corporate jobs, the corporate environment. But on the other hand, like I was not actually enjoying the work. So it is a mix of good and bad, both the things.
Okay. So this made you switch in within 6 to 8 months, right?
Right. I worked for almost 8 months and then I switched to Bain.
Okay. So now let's jump to Bain. So how does it feel to be a part of Bain now?
It feels excellent, honestly. The culture is really great, and now I have started getting the feel of corporate life. Like, it is totally fun here. The
Yeah.
team is really good and very supportive. And as they say, we have a line. You must know this. Bainey never lets another Bainey fail.
Yeah. True.
Honestly,
This.
this is not just a quote, it's a reality at Bain. So at EXL, we have a hierarchy, and
Hmm.
you cannot directly approach your manager or senior manager or like anyone up the ladder and talk to them
Hmm.
directly. It is not possible at EXL, but at Bain, there is not something like this. We have a hierarchy at Bain, but it is just like for the formality. We
Hmm.
can approach anyone at any time. And
Yeah.
regardless of what their position is, we can approach them. It is quite free at Bain.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things which makes Bain a top company.
Jump into the interview process. So Shivanshu, how
Mhm.
was your interview process? Especially because it's a lateral process. We are not hired from campus. So how was it like? Can you please describe the process that you went through?
Sure. So I was directly called by the HR for the interview. So I didn't have to appear for the aptitude test.
Okay.
There were two interview rounds, both of them being eliminatory by nature.
Okay.
The first interview was majorly focused on a guesstimate, and I was asked two, three basic HR questions, and it lasted for around 50 minutes.
Okay.
In the first round, most of the time they asked guesstimate questions and not case study. Now coming to the second round, I was asked a case study revolving around a guesstimate. So in the second round, it was a mix of both case study plus a guesstimate question.
Hmm.
And I'll say the second round was more of a grilling type of round.
Okay.
The interviewer was questioning my every answer, almost every answer. But I was being logical and I was taking my time, like 10 to 15 seconds of time to think before answering, helped me in tackling the situation. So it
Okay.
got over on a good note, and I got the result after 2 to 3 days. 2 3 days after.
But
That
can you
was the whole
please tell
process.
us about the duration between the each of the rounds? Like how much time does it take from the one after like getting results from round one to round two?
Mhm. Okay. So my first round was scheduled on Thursday. I'm
Okay.
telling you the exact dates. It was around 11 a.m.
Okay.
and it lasted till 11:50, 11:55.
Hmm.
And then around 12:10, 12:15, I got a mail from HR telling me that I have been selected and they will be conducting a second round
Hmm.
after 2 or 3 days. I guess
Okay.
that was Monday.
Okay.
So on Monday, I had my second round with the manager
Hmm.
and it lasted for almost an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, almost an hour.
Hmm.
And then after 3 or 4 days, I got my result from HR saying that I have been selected, and there was a due diligence process mail
Hmm. Hmm.
from
Hmm.
HR. So yeah, the
So
whole
this
process takes.
complete process, yeah.
Mhm.
So this whole process took you approximately only 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks is a very long time. Just one week.
Okay,
Bain
that's
is
too interesting.
quite fast at doing these things.
Can you
Hmm.
shed some light on the CO you applied for?
Sure. I'm a part of Datasets in Technology COE.
Okay.
It is a newly established COE if we compare it to other departments of Bain.
Hmm.
And the work here is a mix of data and consulting. It is
Okay.
not analytics. Like people assume it is about data, so it must be
Hmm.
analytics, but it is
Hmm.
not, believe me. So here the work involves like we deal with various case teams throughout the day, and in layman language, I'll say the case teams come to us for industry benchmarks so that they can
Okay.
compare their client's data, the client they are
Hmm.
serving,
Hmm.
to the industry average and the leaders of the industry.
Okay.
So in the data sets and tech COE, our main work revolves around sending them the data and also sometimes advising them on some special situations. So it is not like pure analytics or even 50% of analytics. It is more on
Okay.
a consulting side.
So, Shivanshu, any tips or advice for the college students, especially in your branch, or people who are working at other companies like EXL?
First, I'll say explore as much as you can. Do whatever you like. And I mean, try to make a holistic profile, a combination of everything. Like have a non tech touch as well as have a core engineering touch in your resume.
Hmm.
And after trying these many things, after exploring, then you can easily decide what you want to do with your career, in which field you want to do, in which field you want to go. I mean, be it non tech or core. Well, the
Hmm.
sooner you decide, the better you'll be placed amongst your peer.
Hmm. That's true.
Uh, the second tip, I'll say understanding the job profile and the company.
Hmm.
It is one of the most important things to do before you go apply to any company. Like telling from my own experience, I didn't focus much on the job profile at EXL
Hmm.
when I sat for the campus placement. And I just went with their brand name. And later it turned out to be a big problem for me as I was not suitable for the pure analytics role.
Happened with a
So,
lot
yeah.
of kids in our branch, right? A lot of kids who then switched to other companies after realizing the job
Mhm.
profile was so important. Yeah, especially remember the big brands, especially.
Mhm. Like people go for BCG, they do not even think about the what the JD says. They just go
Yeah.
for BCG because it is a very big brand name.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I'll
true.
say understand the job profile first and then go for the brand name.
Yeah, definitely.
Then third, I'll say it's about the preparation. A lot of people lack in this department. Even I was one of the people who was lacking somewhere in the preparation department. So once you are done deciding the job role and the company you want to go with, start preparing yourself specific to the role and the company. Like the interview process for EXL and Bain is almost same, but
Hmm.
the kind of questions we expect from Bain is comparatively higher as compared to the question of interview we can expect from EXL.
Hmm.
So don't take the preparation phase lightly. Like a college exams, there's no syllabus here in
Hmm.
preparation phase. So pick random examples and start solving them. And I'm telling all this with respect to case study and guesstimate. So
Hmm.
like pick random examples and start solving them. Like I remember I used to do this thing during my preparation. Let's say when I used to go out in the park and then I used to solve random guesstimates, like estimate the number of parks in Delhi.
Hmm.
So I used to pick
Uh,
up things from my surrounding and then convert them into a guesstimate question. It helped me a lot at that time, and it might sound so nerdy of me, but yeah, that was a phase. And
uh,
give mock interviews and remain confident. That is one of the most important things.
hmm.
So that's all.
So, Shivanshu, as you know, all
Hmm.
of us started preparing for exams, some sort of other.
Mhm.
I prepared for CFA, while you and some other friends started preparing for CAT, JAT, and other sub exams. Can you please shed some light on these exams?
So yeah, I was preparing for CAT, IFT, and other MBA related exams, and
Uh-huh.
along with that, I was also preparing myself for some bank PO exams like IBPS PO and SBI PO.
Hmm.
After giving CAT in November, uh, my result was not that good that I'll get a call from top six IIMs. So I kept on preparing for the IBPS PO and SBI PO. In December, the results came and I got to know that I have cleared IBPS PO prelims. So
Hmm.
I continued the grilling session and I continued preparing for IBPS mains. In January, I gave the exam, and in February, I got to know that I have cleared mains as well.
Oh, that's nice.
So my interview was scheduled after 15 days. That was in the starting of March. And I kept on preparing for the interview section of IBPS PO. And it
Okay.
went well. And recently, I got my final results, and it turns out I have been allotted Central Bank of India for
Oh, that's
my PO
huge.
posting. So yeah,
Congratulations, brother.
I'll thank you. So I'll be switching again. And this
Wow.
time, not because the company is bad, but just because my goals are somewhat different than they used to be a year earlier.
Hmm. True. And how did you prepare for these exams while working? Because especially as it's Monday to Friday are quite hectic, and you only get
Hmm.
2 days to prepare. So how did you focus? Did you join any coaching or was it all self-study?
I'll say it was all self-study. So I was preparing for CAT, and let's say the level of BPS PO and SBI PO is somewhat lesser than CAT.
Okay.
So I was preparing basically for CAT, but the
Hmm.
CAT preparation made me do well in the IBPS and SBI PO exams.
Okay.
So I used Arun Sharma quant books and DALR, and I saw some lectures on YouTube. Like I used Rodha YouTube
Hmm.
channel for VARC, and things like Arun Sharma's book, YouTube, and some free sources helped me in clearing these exams. It was all of self-study, and yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So you have already achieved your final goal. Any other exams after this?
I won't say this is final, because if I say, then there will be stagnation in life, and then life will get boring, and no one likes a boring life. So yeah, this is
True,
not
man.
a destination or an end or the final goal, but yeah, I'll keep on progressing. I have some exams in my mind, a few things. So let's see how it pans out.
Sure, man. Hope you clear all of those too, and we will call you again soon in this on this video on our YouTube
Yes.
channel. So cool.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Shivanshu, for your time. See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.